Guess what? The boss just came out and said, you know what? You're getting paid by the screw today. You can betcha I want to be choosing a high output battery. Today we're testing the Milwaukee Gen 3 Impact Driver with the high output 3 amp hour battery going head to head with the Flex 2.5 amp hour and the 5 amp hour battery. Let's get to it. Just a friendly reminder, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Choosing the right battery is just as important as choosing the right tool. If you choose the wrong battery, well, you're not going to get as much performance and you're also going to weigh more. Previously, in our last test, we used the Milwaukee XC 4 amp hour battery. There'll be a link up above in the cards as well as down below in the description. We did head-to-heads with Milwaukee, Makita, DeWalt, Cobalt XTR, all going head-to-head with the Flex 24 volt. But today, we got the high output CP 3 amp hour battery on the Milwaukee Gen 3 Impact Driver. We're going to be taking the Flex 24 volt with the 2.5 amp hour battery and then that really, really big and heavy 5 amp hour battery. But we're going to put them head to head against the Flex. We're going to see if the Milwaukee Gen 3 Impact Driver is able to outperform the Flex 24 volt Impact Driver. Let's get to it by starting off with the 5-inch general construction fastener. If you recall from the previous video, the Milwaukee Gen 3 Impact Driver was the only one that was able to come close to the speed and the power of the Flex 24 volt. However, with the high output battery, you can see that the Milwaukee M18 Fuel Gen 3 Impact Driver is able to outperform the Flex with both the 5 amp hour and the 2.5 amp hour battery on insertion and removal. Choosing the right tool and battery configuration for optimal power to weight ratio, that's really important. The Flex 2.5 amp hour battery and tool is 4 pounds, where the Milwaukee in the lightest configuration with that 3 amp hour battery is 3.5 pounds, and the heaviest configuration is the Flex 24 volt with the 5 amp hour battery weighing in at 4.8 pounds. That's over 1.3 pounds heavier. So when it came to the 6-inch general construction fastener, we'll get those out of here. That high output battery really did make a difference. So make sure you're choosing the right batteries for your tool and application. Now we're going to step things up, requiring a little bit more speed and a little bit more torque. We're going to be using the 8-inch timber fastener. And if you recall previously, the Flex was faster than the Milwaukee. Here we can see the Milwaukee out in the lead and it's coming down, and the Milwaukee Gen 3 for the win with the 3 amp high output battery, beating out both of the Flexes there. Now when we go to removal, the Flex with the 5 amp hour battery is slightly faster, but we're talking about slow motion, frame by frame, just ever so slightly faster. So on the 8-inch timber fasteners, we'll get those out of here. We can see that the results using a high output 3 amp hour battery was pretty different, and I gotta say that Milwaukee power to weight ratio really, really nice. Now we're going to be using a 6-inch lag bolt. This has got a star 30 bit on it, and we're going to see how these tools perform. In the prior test against the Milwaukee Gen 3 Impact Driver, the Flex 5 amp hour battery was a clear winner. Today, that's not the case. Once you throw on that high output battery, it really now just comes down to weight, quality, price, longevity, and what battery platform you want to get into. So when we put the Milwaukee Fuel and the Flex 24 volt head to head with that 6-inch lag bolt, we can see that there are very differencing results when we use that high output battery. Now we're going to go just a little bit bigger. We're going to be using another 6-inch lag bolt, but this is going to be a 3/8 inch size. Now if you recall last time, this was the only test that the Flex was not able to edge out in the other tools. The Milwaukee Gen 3 Impact Driver is just powering through. It's finishing seconds faster than before, and it's definitely taking it to the Flex 24 volt, both in the 5 amp hour and the 2.5 amp hour battery. It's really clear to see that the Milwaukee definitely favors, when it comes to this impact driver, a high output battery. Now Flex is just relatively new to the market, so if they do come out with new batteries, I would expect to see sometime Flex will come out with high output batteries. So when it came to the 3/8 6-inch lag bolts, the results this time were no different than last time. When you require the most torque, the most speed, these name brand like the Milwaukee Gen 3 Fuel Impact Driver, the DeWalt, the Makita XDT, they still do take it over the Flex. Now we're going to step up to the 1-inch Speedboard. We're going to see how these tools perform. Now on the last test here, we got the Milwaukee high output 3 amp hour on the top and the 4 amp hour XC battery on the bottom. You can see the Flex 24 volt with the 5 amp hour battery was still faster than the Milwaukee in both cases. And when it came to the Speedboard removal, we didn't have any collet issues on the Milwaukee Gen 3 Impact Driver this time. So the 1-inch Speedboard test, we can see that the Flex 24 volt was still able to edge out the Milwaukee Gen 3 Impact Driver. I mean, it was close, but I think we got to give it to the Flex. Why don't you guys let me know down below in the comments what you thought about this video, and if you were using a high output battery. Didn't think I was going to see this big of a difference with the Milwaukee Fuel. We actually did see a big difference. I honestly don't see anybody getting paid by the screw when it comes to fasteners on the job site. It might be somewhere else, but in the job world, when you're out there, you really just need to get the job done. If you're really splitting hair over fractions of a second, well, then you're just more efficient than me. Really appreciate you guys all tuning in. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. This video wasn't sponsored by any manufacturer or provider. These tools weren't provided. We purchased them all with our own money, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. It really helps support the channel. If you didn't comment down below, please do so already. And as always, guys, work smarter, not harder, and we'll catch you in the next video. Just a friendly reminder, go ahead and hit that subscribe button.